by Standard South Newsstands on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle. Very interesting topic at the newsstand today. And what are we treating on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper? Let's check what's there. Obasanjo mom as Atiku Afenifere fight Oba of Lagos. Obasanjo mom as Atiku Afenifere fight Oba of Lagos. Buhari's victory has demystified Obasanjo, says Alba Akiolu of Lagos. Says Atiku will fail at the tribunal. Allow tribunal to do its job and face traditional issues. That's what Atiku is telling the monarch. Allow tribunal to do its job and face traditional issues. That's what Atiku is telling Oba Akiolu of Lagos State. You should leave politics for politicians, says Afenifere. You should leave politics for politicians, says Afenifere. Let's check what's on the top of the newspaper. Senate confirms CBN Governor Emefiele for another 5 years. Senate confirmed CBN Governor Emefiele for another 5 years. And the left-hand side was saying, Chairman Chukwu arrives London for medical treatment. Chairman Chukwu arrives London for medical treatments. And let's check out bottom side of the newspaper. Federal government disbursed another 649 billion naira Paris Club refund to states, says Finance Minister. Lack of strong legislature reason governors run states as personal empire, says Dogara. Okay, Senate concurs with reps, passes bill to make June 12 Democracy Day. INEC shifts Kogi Bayelsa Guba polls to November 16. And also on Samfara school kidnap. Let's go. My 3 children still in bandits den over 1.5 million naira ransom. Okay, that's what the mother is saying. Let's check this picture. Very sad one here. Suspected robbers, kidnappers. Okay, cross section of suspected armed robbers, kidnappers, and cattle rustlers along Kaduna in Abuja Express Road, paraded by Force Public Relations Office in Katari Divisional Police Headquarters, Kaduna, yesterday. Okay, these are the stories we have on the Vanguard newspaper. Let's join our reviewers at the newsstand. Of course, you know they are always ready to dish out what they have. I'm Michael Adekunle. I'll be right back. Obasanjo mom as Atiku Afenifere fight over Oba of Lagos. This story was seen yesterday. It was spotted yesterday, and this morning again at the newsstand, I am seeing it here as the monarch says Atiku will fail at the tribunal. What has made this monarch to come in the open to speak this, that Atiku will fail at the tribunal upon the evidence, the witnesses Atiku has? What is your own view?
Well, this is a free world, and in as much as we have freedom of speech, anybody can say whatever he likes. But the statement credited to Oba of Lagos, Rewa and Akiolu, so it's not, it's not something expected of a reputable king. But I'm not surprised. Most of these traditional rulers, they are stooges of governors, senators in their respective states. So, and Akiolu is not exceptional. Are you getting it? So there are some things that you don't expect a traditional ruler to say. And when a king becomes partisan, so it's somehow worrisome. Because as somebody who's supposed to be seeking the peace, how to harmonize the state and the nation, is now fueling the crisis. It's drumming the beat of war. So it's uncalled for. So as far as I know and as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a bit respect for Akeolu since the time he made a statement during the last election that whosoever refused to vote for a certain candidate will be thrown in Lagon. So I don't think a respected king should be saying all this. You are a father to all, irrespective of their tribe, their language, and their color. So, but I'm not surprised. These people, they are acting the script of their masters because majority of all these traditional rulers, they are being enthroned by politicians. So, and they are working on their behalf. Whatever direction they go to, that's the direction the kings too are going. So it's not surprising. It's not surprising. So, but I think our traditional rulers should learn, I mean, how to make peace. So, in the first place, Akeolu is not the tribunal. He is not the judge. Why is he speaking and he cannot even speak the mind of the judge. So what will happen is what the both lawyers of the both parties present in the at tribunal. That's what the judge is going to base. That's what their judgment will base upon. So, but if you are not saying someone should, so you can't disfranchise him of his constitutional rights that he should withdraw for what? So the man he believes in the rule of law, he believes in judiciary. That is why he went to court. So, and I think that is the best thing.
All efforts to reach the former head of state, talking about Olusegun Obasanjo, proved abortive as his media aide, Akinyemi Kehinde, acted on his behalf. And he said, no comment.
Well, it's not everything you react to. You understand? There are some things that is irrational that you just need to ignore it. So, because by the time you are exchanging conversation, so it will not make sense in sometimes. So, keeping mum for Obasanjo, so it's not, maybe he's afraid of Oba Akeolu or whatever, but he may count the statements as irresponsible. That is the way I feel it. And to me, it's also irresponsible.
Now, looking at 2019 politics, looking at Atiku and Buhari, also Obasanjo and Tinubu, there have been speculations that the support for Atiku by his protege, that's Obasanjo, I get me, sir, that's Atiku's protege, that will go a long way. But it seems the reverse is the case. Atiku, at the end of the day, failed. I won't say he failed woefully, but the Jagaban himself, which is the godfather, I would say the godfather of politics in Lagos State, supported Buhari, and at the end of the day, he won. So don't you think the Ebora is losing relevance in politics?
I don't think so, because the man has been in corridor of power for a long time. So he has put many politicians in one position or the other. So he has been crowned king, as far as I know, since 1979. So if he lost the last election, so it's not a big deal, or it doesn't mean that it's no more relevant. Are you getting it? So because election is about winning or losing, so it's not that it's losing relevant. The man is still active, very much active and relevant. That's just it. But Nigeria still believe that Buhari can still make changes, can still make changes, can still take them to next level.
Okay.
According to the verdict and pronouncement of INEC. According to verdict and pronouncement of INEC. Quote that word. So Buhari won the election, and it does not reduce Obasanjo's status or political power or whatever. Are you getting it? Because he has made a lot of people. He has installed many presidents, not even only in Nigeria and in some African countries. So I don't feel in that way.
On the issue of the monarch of Lagos State, Oba Rewan Akiolu, and Obasanjo, including Atiku, though his support for Buhari is enormous, but now telling Atiku that he will fail at the tribunal, I don't think it's a mistake.
Yes, it's rather unfortunate. In the time past, or in the time immemorial, the traditional rulers, although from them we have this government, that is democratic government, but then they have their own primary assignment. They have their own primary responsibility. For crying loud, is this disheartening for the monarch of that caliber to stood too low, to be prognosing. Of a truth, they are citizens too. But then they should respect themselves. Just because of what you tend to gain, they should consider the people, the subjects. Because if they are being embarrassed, directly or indirectly, their subject, that is, the people of, the Lagosians, are indirectly embarrassed. For saying that somebody will fail, you should have allowed the tribunal to carry a primary assignment before you predict. They are the cankerworm that have been eating very deep to the fabric of this country, the traditional rulers. Talk about Zamfara. Before they discovered gold, nothing like killing and this. If they want sanity and orderliness in this country, the traditional rulers should be well informed, should be reminded of their noble roles. I'm talking about 2 centuries ago. They are supposed to manage the people, protect the people, to inform the government that this part, this is where you can get people who have been disturbing the country. But just because of their selfish aims, what they tend to gain when they support this fraction, it has been affecting them adversely in discharging, in saying the truth, in calling a spade. So I don't expect Akiolu, Oba Rewan Akiolu, to poke nose into what I call exactly. Instead of causing commotion, they should look for solution.
Instead of commotion.
Yes, call this thing, meet them. His utterancy is capable of destabilizing the peace in the country. It is well known. The two movers and the shakers of politics in Nigeria are APC and PDP. For anybody to interfere, they should know what they are capable of doing, so to speak. So that is it.
What do you perceive in tribunal's judgment? Buhari versus Atiku.
Atiku. Same answer. That is it. If you want to get neutral answer or right judgment, the present regime will step aside. So let me borrow a Louis from Babangida. because you can't be biting the finger that is feeding you. They know how to paint white red, and at the end of the day, you have to succumb. That is it. What are we saying? The 80%, if not 90% of APC, they emanated from PDP. So the problem still continues. That is it. So what I perceive is that the deed has been done. Atiku, to win, it takes more than Atiku to win.
It takes more than Atiku to win.
Exactly.
You see, in Nigeria now, I don't know of other clan, whether being Oba or politicians, all of them are bed of the same feather. Yeah, all of them, all of them. I think the Oba is part of government because government pay him salary. Government pays him salary. He receives salary from the government. So for that, he's part of the government. He's part of the government. But as a king, because they're supposed to be father to everybody. To everybody. Because if Buhari leaves his seat today, he goes back to Daura. And if he gets to Daura, he submits himself to the emir of Daura. He's no more the president. So with that, the king, they are not bound with tenure. They are not bound with tenure. They are supposed to be father for all, irrespective of their interest in the polity. He's supposed to be father to all. Atiku has right to go to the tribunal. Such statements supposed not to come from a reputable king like him. Atiku has rights. It's now left for the court to decide if he can prove his case beyond reasonable doubts. So, and who knows if he's able to prove his case beyond reasonable doubts? I mean, the tribunal yeah, that is it. So for such statement to have come from him, I don't think it's a wise thing to say.
I don't think the king and Obasanjo has some kind of rifts. Because for him to have said, because he made a statement, he said, Obasanjo has accounted all powers to himself, thinking he could make decisions and everything will come true. But this time around, at the election, we witnessed, in February, Obasanjo didn't get it right.
I can lose statements. You know why he made such statements. Because it's not only Obasanjo that is the so-called godfather in quotes in Nigerian. There are others, even at his own nose there, at Oba Akinolu's nose. There are 4 godfathers. He came through such process too, as we meant to understand. Yes. All of us, we are alive in this country when the issue of successor to Obade Inka came up. So our leaders in this country, when things goes their way, they tend to play God. But when it doesn't favor them, they you see, in this country, Obasanjo, he did what he can do, but he has the opportunity to put Nigerian on the track of developments, because no Nigerian has have the kind of opportunity that he has. No Nigerian, whether live or dead, has had the kind of. But in Africa generally, we build strong men that are more powerful than the institution.
Strong men that are more powerful
Than the institution. That's why we see that somebody can rise up and impose somebody on the masses, and what he say stand. Because I understand that is where Oba Akinolu, yeah. But not only Obasanjo, as I said, we have several, the majority of them, and until Nigerians, the masses, rise up, because the leadership that any country gets is the reflection of how they are. because we are those that we allow these leaders to be using us as they like. And we are pleased with whatever they throw to us. That's why the lack of Akeolu, all of them, Obasanjo can say this is the next president and they stand. Even our president, I don't think that that mandate is the true reflection of the wishes of the masses. Yes, Nigeria has not had that opportunity to choose who lead us truly. We've not had that opportunity in this country.
So it's not the right choice.
We've not had that opportunity for us to go to the polls, and the result of that poll is the result of the poll is the reflection of our votes. No, we've not had it. The way they are, because if that is it, they are our employee. We employ them. So if they are not doing the right thing, we are in the position to fire them. Is that not so? We are in the position to fire them. But can we do that? We can't.
Meaning the votes are being cast by Nigerians is not.
It's not
really
true reflection. Yes, it's not the true reflection. It's not the true reflection. Because if it's the true reflection, look at the state of the country today, the state of insecurity in the country. And nobody is doing anything about it. For me, Nigerians are dying on microseconds basis. Whether in the north, in the east, or in the west, we are Nigerians. Every soul is important because we don't know. Look at these, our brothers and sisters on the railway line here. They are from the north. And we have leaders there. We have elites there who are just looking at them. We have presidents among these children. We have doctors, we have lawyers among them. The God-given talents, because it is souls created by God, but we are wasting them away.
As Atiku Afenifere fight over Oba of Lagos, what did he say? He said Atiku will fail at the tribunal, that Buhari's victory has demystified Obasanjo. It has brought down the ego of Obasanjo. Do you really believe in what this king has said?
The king? I can't just understand because I can't get what you're saying.
Okay, you can just take a look of this Oba of Lagos State, the king.
Okay.
Okay. Tell him Atiku that he will fail at the tribunal.
Okay. It's the right thing. It's the right thing to be. What connection does Anoba have with the politicians? They have nothing to offer the politicians, allow for the politicians to strike on whatever area they feel that is going to come on. Real, okay? It has nothing to offer in that issue, allow the politicians to focus on what they are going to do. Because in the country today we are facing a kind of situation that people cannot be able to bear the cause and the pains, okay? Look at people that they stand here. Do you think they have other things to do? If they have other things to do, we wouldn't see them coming down here. The decision is very critical for people to be here. So whatever person that is going to come up to put Nigeria forward, I believe Atiku is going to win the case.
You believe Atiku is going to win the case?
He's going to
giving you that mind, that boldness to say that.
Wow, it is a person that we feel that for the past few years that we ruling this country as a PDP, things have not been this way. You know, Nigerians feel the impulse of PDP leave the government for APC to rule, and the period they are, we will not be able to feel that the impulse of what APC promises the nations. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the thing is just like, let's see what Atiku is going to come up to do, because I believe he have a focus.
He has a focus.
He has a focus to render to this country, if they allow him to do. I feel very positively that Atiku is going to win that case. A person like me, I'm very strongly behind Atiku to come over. Yeah, to come over.
But it seems Obasanjo is losing its relevance in political system in Nigeria.
You mean Obasanjo?
Yeah.
Obasanjo has been in the country for a while, I ruled the country for a very long time. He'll be able to tell you where the country can be able to correct and where to not be able to be corrected.
But he supported Atiku and he failed.
He supported Atiku and failed. It's just that it's a good decision. Everybody have a decision to take. Obasanjo failed does not mean some other person is going to fail.
But it wasn't like that from onset. If he supported someone, the person would eventually win.
It happens everywhere in the whole world. You can support this one before you know this one can win, he can lose. It's just like that.
very wonderful edition of Bystanders at Newsstands today. Join us next time as we bring you another interesting topic from Nigerian dailies. Michael Adekunle is my name. Behind the camera is Latif Adeboale. Also in the studio, the editor, Michael Ojo, keeping it real, doing a very good, brilliant work. Have a nice day.